Alright, so, hey everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Resident Evil Remake, and well, in the previous episode we made our way around the mansion and unlocked a bunch of new areas and managed to collect 2 out of the 4 death masks we'll need to progress. And in this next one, well, you know, no promises obviously, but my goal is still to collect the next 2. I don't think we'll quite make our way to the next new location quite yet, but I do definitely want to make sure that we grab the next 2 death masks, which shouldn't be too difficult, and I do think that we can successfully complete that objective and goal in this one. Looking at the map, I'm trying to exactly remember how this all goes, just so that I can all do this successfully here. I think I know what I'm doing, but I'm just going to take a quick look at the map if you guys don't mind, just to make sure that I know exactly how everything's doing, and I do know exactly where I'm going to go first. So, if you'll notice, on the second floor here, there's a red door in the main hall. 2 red doors, one in the main hall and one in one of the hallways, you know, branching off from the main hall. And I'm thinking about which one I want to go in first. Now, I actually think I might go to the main hall one first, just so that we can get that out of the way. So, you know what? Let's do that. I think that's a good plan. But, yeah, recording this right the day after the last episode came out. You know, like I said, I caught some free time and I can start uploading a bunch of episodes. Honestly, expect some more episodes coming out tomorrow, most likely as well. And oh god, I totally forgot about the Crimson Head in this hallway. Yeah, that was so bad. I should really put this guy down at some point. In fact, the item we're going to be getting soon from the main hall might actually allow me to do so. It's kind of the reason why I want to actually go to this room and, you know, check it off really quickly. But yeah, just head through here and then we should be able to get that. But now I'm going to be honest with everyone here. After I'm recording this, you know, I guess just give out the date here, January 31st, aka Tuesday, and the second semester of my grade starts up on the 2nd of February, so I might be lacking when it comes to videos once that starts up. But expect some tomorrow, but once Thursday hits, I can't promise anything, unfortunately, but yeah, as you can see, Forrest, you know, if we go ahead and examine them, Forrest has given up... Wait, what? Forrest has given up the ghosts. It looks like he's been dead for a while. I don't know what that means, actually, but yeah, basically, this is the reason we came here. I want to collect this so that I can use this later on, and it's the grenade launcher, and it should come in handy for all those pesky Crimson Heads that are still around. Unfortunately, when we get up and go to collect these herbs, yeah, as I'm sure you heard, Forrest got up, and he's pretty freaking scary, if I do say so. But I want to quickly grab these. Oh, you can already see him running at us here. I just want to quickly grab these herbs. Let me quickly use this, and hopefully we can just... Oh my god, I used the animation to dodge that grab. Lucky. Now let's run. Oh my god, the animation of Jill crouching down to pick up that herb literally saved us there. Yikes. Hopefully we have everything in this room, and we do not... Oh, dagger. I didn't even mean to pick it up. I just started spamming X, and yes, we now have everything in this room. That's so lucky that that was there, because if I would have had to head back around him, I would have been pretty scared and annoyed about that, but luckily we were able to manage ourselves just fine and pick up and collect everything in that room, and now we can go take care of that annoying Crimson Head that's in that hallway, because, well, he was kind of getting on my nerves, not gonna lie. But yeah, we do have the grenade launcher, and that should come in handy. I think we were able to collect this item a lot earlier on in the original game, but here in the remake you need the armor key. Now let me just... Crap! For some reason he wasn't making much noise, and I couldn't really hear the audio well, but yeah, luckily we were able to take him down there. That wasn't too difficult. Now we can just make our way with the armor key in hand through this next door, and I guess see what's in here. Go ahead and walk up. Something will happen.
Richard! What happened? You're wounded.
This whole place is a killing zone. There are monsters.
What did this to you?
A big snake. And it had to be poisonous.
Poisonous? Richard, hold on.
Bring me serum. I saw some, but didn't bring any.
I'll go and get it, okay? You're gonna make it.
Thanks.
Alright, so it seems Richard has been bit by a big snake, and now we have to go get him serum. Luckily, the game does tell you where it's located. And it's located, yeah, in the medicine room on the first floor, which is pretty far away. But if we don't get it to him, he will die, actually. So you want to make sure that we, I don't think it's really necessary. It's not like if you don't save him something bad. Well, actually, you know what? I think the only way you can actually collect... I'm going to spoil this now. If you save him, you get a different type of shotgun, and I think the only way you can collect it is if you save him. So we are going to want to go ahead and do that. So I guess we'll just make our way to this room through the bottom, like the first floor entrance. We could easily make our way there using the second floor way as well, but I believe the first floor way is a little quicker. Not too sure about that though, but hoping I'm correct on that one. Either way, there's two pathways to make it there, but I do believe this one is faster. I'm also thinking that there are going to be some zombies or crimson heads even that we can take care of if we go this way. Yes, I'm going to actually do a silly thing for once and activate this crimson head, run over him and get him up just so that we can take care of him with the grenade launcher there and clear up the mansion and make it a little bit more safe to traverse through without having to worry about any crimson heads that might show up later down the line. There might also be a couple in this room as well, but I'm not sure if they would have transformed just yet, as we took care of them not too long ago. Is this guy a Crimson Head yet? He is not. I should be using, the kerosene and the lighter to take care of these guys, but, I feel like it would just be, I don't know, I feel like it's not that bad either way. I feel like you can take care of them pretty easily if you have the grenade launcher, which we do for Jill. I probably will be... Oh, this guy's still not Crimson either, but I'm not gonna lie with you, we'll probably start taking this whole Crimson Head thing a lot more seriously when we replay through the game as Chris. But in Jill's campaign, since we have so much more weapons and so much more, help from Barry, I'm not too concerned about these Crimson Heads. They're not too scary, but yeah, I guess I'll take care. Actually, no, I guess I'll head second floor route just to see if there are MZ Crimson. You know what? I'm gonna take this guy out with the handgun. Actually, I don't want to use the grenade launcher on a regular zombie here. It seems like it would be a waste of ammo. Not gonna lie. Did he die? No. Hopefully I can take care of him. So did he die after that? This is the strongest zombie in the game. What the... There, okay, yeah. That zombie was pretty tough, but I guess I'll just go ahead and reload the gun. And, go ahead and equip the grenade launcher a second time, just in case any Crimson Heads or any strong enemies decide to chase us around. I'm not really going as fast as I should be here, though. I'm a little concerned that I'm gonna run out of time for the whole Richard side quest thing here, but I think we should be good. I don't think the time limit is too strict. I think it's just fair enough to where it keeps you, in check to make sure you aren't fooling around, but, loose enough to where it means that you can actually, make a few mess-ups and still successfully do this. Luckily, we've pretty much made it, and I think we did in time, so I'm not too concerned. If we didn't, though, that would really suck, but I'm pretty confident in our success here. But yeah.
Here, Richard. I'm gonna give you a shot. Hang in there.
Jill, here's my radio. Take it. Does it ever not hurt?
I think if you go ahead and interact with them again, you get a special cutscene again.
I'm okay. The others...
And then if you go ahead and interact with him a third time, it just says Richard's resting peacefully. We probably should just leave him alone, which I agree with. Now, I guess the reason I'm kind of ooming and ahhing so much here is just because I'm wondering if I have enough inventory space to loot up this next area here, which I might not, but if I do believe there is a zombie, and if I fire off some handgun rounds, that might actually clear up some space. I just want to run. I don't want to get grabbed, that's the only problem. Come on, let's use a defensive item then, I guess. And I think that should be it, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, we're good. And now we have 3 slots of open inventory space. But I guess I should interact with this door and show off that this door is locked with a shield key, which we've yet to see any other doors that need the shield key, but this one does. Now, is this room clear? It is. Yeah, like I said, a goal that I do have with the series is, of course, to clear every room and interact with every single door. So I just want to make sure that I do complete that goal, because if not, I would be pretty disappointed, because that pretty much means I'm failing my, goal for the series. Oh my god, we didn't bring the lighter with us. No, I was not planning ahead, clearly, but whatever, man. Is there anything we can even interact with without the lighter? No, we really need the lighter for everything. That's annoying. I should have thought ahead, but I kind of forgot you need the lighter. I guess it's not that I forgot you need the lighter, it's just that I forgot that Jill doesn't have the lighter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm so used to actually running around and playing through this game as Chris, who has the, you know, for those who don't know, his sub-weapon, you know how Jill's is the lockpick, his little item that he has on him at all times is the lighter, so you don't ever have to worry about bringing it with you, which is a nice little addition of playing as Chris. I mean, there are a few benefits to playing as Chris, but overall, I do play most playthroughs as Jill. One, because it's overall easier, and also I do believe, you know, that the Jill campaign is also the canon campaign as well, you know, the actual storyline version that you're intended to play through. But I think most people played as Jill. I remember when I was little, I'd always play as Chris just because I thought he was cool, but whenever I hear, you know, stories online about people talking about their first playthrough, they always hear they play as Jill. Not sure why, you know, I don't know if that's just because she's a girl or whatever, and everyone wants to play as the girl, you know, for reasons, but, you know, as a little, you know, when I was little, you know, I would always just play as Chris just because, I guess it's because I was bad at the game, so I would, you know, the fact that he had the damage benefit, like he could take more hits, you know, sounded really appealing in my eyes. Like, as a kid, I was always like, alright, I'm not really good at these games, and I get hit a lot, who cares if I have 6 slots or whatever. If I play as Jill, then I can, or if I were to play as Chris, rather, I could easily take more hits and still be alive, which is actually pretty useful for something later on, because there's an enemy that comes out later in the game that really sucks, and you want to make sure you have good HP when taking them on. Anyway, here's the lighter, so let's just cabinet inventory. We're not really going to need the grenade launcher. Sometimes you'll notice, like now I'm going to run around the mansion with nothing in my hands, you know, no guns equipped. That's not because, you know, I'm super cocky and I'm not frightened of any enemies, it's just because if you run around like this, I believe you move, like, slightly faster. Like, it's not really too much of a difference, but I believe you do move it just a little bit quicker, and if not... No, you definitely do, though, because you'll always see in speedruns people unequipping their weapons and running around like this. When I was little, and I know you know, it's not like I first watched speedruns to find this out, it's just when I was little, I would always run around like this, because it gave off... Because it kind of, like, looked to me like it had the illusion of running faster, but no, it's real, you do run faster, which I do think is pretty cool. Makes sense, you know, because you don't have any heavy guns or whatever weighing you down, but... Yeah, we've almost made our way back to the area we want to go. I'm just trying to plan the whole, you know, route that I want to take in my head. I want to make sure that I do everything as efficiently as possible, and I think we are succeeding in what I want to do and how I want to take things on here. Within this episode, we're kind of going at a decent speed here, which I'm pleased with. Let's just go ahead and use the lighter, rather, and let's go ahead and push this bookcase. And now there is going to be a zombie, I'll tell you that, so let's go ahead and equip our gun here, actually, and just kind of move in and then back out and then run. Just kind of want to get him going. Also, if we interact with this, yeah, we'll get some handgun ammo, which I forgot to point out. Did that shot even connect? I can't tell. Oh, a critical headshot. That is pretty sweet. What are we missing here? I know we're missing this important item, but Yeah, the musical score. You want to take that, and that is it. Alright, so we cleared this room out. Yeah, you know, we might be wondering what we need, you know, just a couple sheets of music for. Well, there is a room that you could have entered later on that would tell us what to do, but I purposely avoided it for this exact purpose because it wasn't really necessary until this point in the game. But now, with everything all planned out perfectly, we can go ahead and make our way into said area, and we can just take things on. I do believe that the inventory we have now should be perfect enough. I know we have quite a few slots in use right now, but I believe it's enough space to where we can loot up this next area just perfectly without having to make any more pit stops or anything like that at the item box. Now, I just want to know, I don't know, because I'm kind of forgetting actually where the fourth death mask is. Actually, I know exactly where it is, and I think if I do this all, I won't even have... Okay, you know what? I'm actually hyped right now because I think... Because, you know, just kind of like thinking to myself and creating a little mental map here, I'm noticing that this is actually going very smoothly, and I'm actually really excited about how this is all coming together nicely. We're making progress in a very efficient manner if I can actually do this the way I think that I can. So I'm actually very excited, to say the least. Anywho... basically, at the end of this hallway, there is the emblem, and we do want to pick that up. I've kind of avoided, you know, messing with it until this point, but now that it's useful, we do want to go ahead and pick it up. And only one open inventory slot. Maybe we don't have enough space. I don't know, actually. I'm getting a little... starting to question myself a little bit, but no, we should be good. We should be good, hopefully. We're going to need the armor key, obviously, which I do have in hand. We can just easily make our way through here, but there are a couple items in this room, so that's why I'm, you know, a little concerned about the whole inventory space. But if we go ahead and save those items for later, then we should be able to do this fine. I have exactly one inventory space open, which is enough to go ahead and head over to this little secret area behind everything. Push this, and go ahead and grab the musical score, and then we can go ahead and combine it with this sheet of paper here. Combine them, and now we have the full sheet music. We have it all fine. And we can go ahead and head over to this piano, whip out the music sheet, and go ahead and start playing it. Luckily for Jill, she knows how to play the piano all by herself, because for those who don't know, if you play through the game as Chris, you need assistance from another character to do that. But luckily, Jill's badass, and she knows how to do it all on her own. It doesn't need any help. I guess another benefit of why it's good to play as Jill, but... yeah, here we have what we came looking for, and that is the golden emblem. And now you'll notice that this, you know, we get shut in, and that's why you wanted to take the bronze emblem with you, so that we can go ahead and trick the thing into thinking we're putting back the gold emblem, but in actuality we're using the bronze emblem, and then we can now sneak our way out of here with the new gold emblem in hand and just smuggle it out of here. But there is a note that I do want to take a quick look at before we make our way out of here. So, Trevor's diary. November 24th, 1967. 11 days have passed since arriving on this estate. How did I end up like this? A guy in a lab coat brought me a meager plate of food and said, "Sorry to put you through all this, but it's for security reasons." That's when it hit me. It all makes sense now. There are only two people that know the secret of the mansion, Sir Spencer and myself. If they kill me, Sir Spencer will be the only person that knows the secret. But for what purpose? It doesn't matter now. It's too dangerous here. My family. I hope they are alright. I've decided to escape. Jessica, Lisa, I pray you are safe. November 26, 1967. How could I be so careless? I lost my favorite lighter, the one Jessica gave me for my birthday. Now it's going to be that much harder. Now it's going to be that much harder to escape this dark place. November 13th, the date when my fate was sealed. My aunt was hospitalized just 3 days before that. Jessica and Lisa said that they were going to visit her. I wish I could be there with them. But wait, even as writing my memory is coming back to me more vividly. Just before I passed out, I remembered the men in the lab coat said something like, "Most likely your family is already. I pray for their safety." November 27th, 1967. Somehow I managed to get out of that room, but getting out of this mansion won't be as easy. I have to get past all the booby traps, tiger eyes, gold emblem. I have to try and remember for my own sake. Yikes, man. So he's trapped in this mansion, you know, because they want to kill him because I guess he has knowledge of what's going on here, but I think that's all that's left in this room. And that is correct. I think there are actually some increments in here if you're playing on, like, easy or whatever, but luckily for us, we picked the normal option. I feel like that's almost a benefit to playing a normal. It's that you have less items to pick up, but I feel like it's, you know, bad, and then so you have less, you know, materials, but you also have, like, you know, it's also a benefit because it's, like, less stuff to actually trouble you, but, there's something written in the corner of the picture, commemorating the completion of the mansion. So I guess this is what the mansion looks like from the outside. It's freaking huge, but it's cool. I do kind of want to do that more. I do want to start interacting with paintings on the wall and little things, because, you know, I played this game so many times to where it doesn't really matter to me, but I do kind of have to remember that, you know, sometimes I should actually be interacting with the stuff for those who haven't played the game, because I know some people might want me to do so. But now that we have the gold emblem, you might be wondering what we're supposed to do with it. Well, what we want to do is we actually want to go ahead and place it back into the spot where the bronze emblem originally was, and something pretty cool will happen. So let's go ahead and use it. Now that we've done that, we can go ahead and, you know, mess around with the gears on the box here and see, you know, the gears on the clock here and see what we can do. So you want to go ahead to solve this solution. What you want to do is you want to look at this. A picture of two knights striking each other. The sword has been thrust into the breast of one knight, while the long sword is pierced into the head of the other. So that's kind of what we want to do here with the, you know, hands of the clock. So what we want to do is we want to, so I'm just kind of thinking here. Large, I think. Left. Keep turning. Large. Left. And then I believe that's really all there is to this puzzle. So keep turning no. And that should be good. And then the clock moves out of the way, revealing an item. What could it be? It's the mansion key, you know, not really too obvious as to what it is, but if we go ahead and examine it further, we can go ahead and spot an engraving of a shield. It is the shield key. Now, this shield key has just one use, and we've already seen where we need to use it. We need to go ahead and use it in the area we were just recently exploring, and that's it. After we use it that one time, we won't ever need to use it again. However, I don't feel prepared to go jumping into that room quite yet with just the handgun, so I'll do that in a little bit. We're actually going to make our way back to the save chest and, you know, prepare ourselves by grabbing a couple items like the shotgun and the grenade launcher, and then I think I'll feel safe enough to go storming into this boss fight here. Because right now, I don't know, with just a handgun, I feel a little unprepared to say the least. So let's go ahead and, you know, stack up some supplies, and then we should be able to make our way in without worrying too much. I don't know, I just try my best to, you know, always come into each, you know, solution, especially because I'm recording, and I wouldn't really want to, you know, show myself dying while playing, because, you know, honestly, I want to make myself look like a professional at this game, which I know I'm not. I mean, I'd say I'm decent, but, you know, I'm far from a pro, but I want to make myself look like it, and, you know, the best way to do so would probably be avoid dying. I feel like maybe playing through the game with just nothing but a knife, or, you know, not even taking hits would really make you really look like a pro, but that's just silly to me. Although I have beaten this game with a knife, you know, I have, I do have the platinum trophy for this game on, you know, PSN, but, I guess we'll head in with some of this stuff. I just want to make sure that everything's all good. I don't need the lighter, and that should be good. I guess we'll come in with the grenade launcher. I feel pretty safe with the grenade launcher. It's pretty cool. You know what? I'm being a little over-prepared, actually. I think we're good enough. We don't need all this. Let's just put this like this, and then that actually might be good enough. Because we're going to get some shotgun shells, I'll tell you that now, so we don't really need to be this stocked up. It's not that serious, you know. It's just that a handgun was not enough, that's all. Yeah, and that will be our third death mask. And then the fourth one is just kind of actually pretty close to where we are now. It's, you know what I do want to do, though, is I do want to quickly unlock this door. I'm not going to do it solve this little area right now. That's not where the fourth death mask is. That's a whole, like, little sub-area that we'll head to right after what we're going to do now, but yeah, I don't think I've even really been talking about this next area we're heading into right now too much, but yeah, we're going to be fighting a nice, I mean, not really nice, but, you know, a pretty scary and intimidating boss fight. I don't want to go too much into its moves or design right now, but I will say this: it's a snake, and it's big, and it's the same one that bit Richard. So I mean, yeah, it's not really much of a spoiler to say, honestly. I mean, it's pretty obvious what it was going to be because Richard's all talking about how he got bit, so it's pretty obvious that we're going to have to fight what attacked him, and we will, and that's going to be pretty scary. But lucky for us, I'm not scared because we have Richard on our side, and we have the shield key, and we can discard it and make our way into here, and we have a bunch of items, and it should all go according to plan if we do this right, which I have high hopes that we will. But yeah, let's make your way into here. I do want to quickly turn around here, and I thought we'd actually grab some shotgun shells, or am I remembering this all wrong? It would occur to me that I'm remembering this all wrong, so hopefully I have enough supplies, and I'm starting to think I don't. Crap.
Payback time.
Alright, I'm just remembering, I'm not going to spoil it right now, but we will actually have enough supplies because Richard is going to give us something, I'll tell you that. But let's just keep dodging the snake. Let's put some acid rounds into him. Hopefully I don't get bit by him, that would be annoying, but there we go.
Thanks. Richard!
Yeah, and that's why I have enough ammo, because as you can see back there, he drops his gun, but oh my god, that's always disturbing no matter how many times you see it. My man got swallowed whole, but luckily he does drop the assault shotgun with 10 rounds in the chamber, 10 shells. Now let's just run and not really mess with this guy too much. Actually, you know what? You can run, but let's just fight him. We're gonna get bit. It's inevitable, which is annoying, because if you get bit, I'll tell you this now, you kind of have to do something about it, but whatever. Anyway, we took care of him. That wasn't too bad. He only took a few hits. And we can go ahead and make your way and collect this death mask. But anyway, if you look at your health, you're poisoned. And a normal blue herb will not fix this. You kinda actually have to run back to that save room to get yourself, more serum, which is really freaking annoying. I shouldn't have messed with him, but I got arrogant and kind of hoped that I wouldn't get bit, but I did.
Oh, am I poisoned? I need serum.
Yeah, and it tells us where it is again, but I mean, I already knew where it was. It's not like it really changed spots, but yeah, luckily for us, so unluckily, I'm just kind of, pointing this out as detail. Actually, you know what? Let's use the last shot in the regular shotgun. There we go. Now we can put that back when we get to the next save room, knowing that we used it fully, but what was I gonna say? Sorry, I'm kind of, losing train of thought here, stuttering a little bit, but yeah, if you play as Chris, Rebecca goes and gets the serum for you, which is nice, but Jill's, I guess, is just, that cool where she has to go and do it on her own, which is fine. I don't mind it, it just means that we kind of have to, track our way through the whole mansion again, which is annoying, because all the stuff that we needed to do was on that side of the mansion where we were, and now we have to go to this side and then head all the way back. It's kind of inconvenient, but whatever. I don't mind it. The mansion, it's big, but it's not that big, so I don't mind, but also, I mean, I do kind of enjoy running through the mansion. It's pretty fun to actually just explore through all this area, and I mean, the music is fun. I mean, the music is good, atmospheric, it's fun, but I mean, there's not too much to do, unfortunately, now, though, because we've kind of successfully cleared out the mansion, I think, of most of the zombies. There's probably a few Crimson Heads, here or there around the mansion, but I think mostly it's all been dealt with. Although, there might be a Crimson Head in this room, because I know that there was this zombie. Is he a Crimson Head now? Let's check. Oh, no, this zombie is still normal. I guess they take longer than I recall, which I'm not complaining. I don't mind it. It's just that I mean, I'm kind of glad, if anything, that he's not a Crimson Head. It's just that I would expect him to be, because we took care of him what feels like ages ago. But I guess if you think about it, it wasn't that long ago. We're still Caution somehow. Honestly, I would have expected to have gone down to Orange Caution or Danger by now, seeing as it's been a very long while of us running around poisoned. But, alas, we have made it, and we can easily grab the serum and go ahead and use it up, and then now we're Caution, unfortunately, so we're gonna have to, you know, whip out a green herb and that, but that's not too bad. Let's just put this green herb up here. It doesn't matter that much. We'll just run around, I guess, with the 7. No, you know what? Handgun, and then we'll just take the ammo, and then that should be fine. Now that that's dealt with, where do we go? I guess... Yeah, okay, you know what? I know where we're gonna go. We're gonna... That area that I showed off and talked about, we'll head there now. The area that I unlocked with the armor key not too long ago, but didn't actually go into. I guess we'll head through there, because there is a pretty cool item we can go ahead and grab if we do make our way through there. But yeah, that area is a little... that we're heading to is a little, filled up. I don't know if 4 slots will be enough. In fact, it probably won't be. Oh well. Actually, you know what? We'll make a pit stop to the save chest and just dump out our entire loadout. But I am excited to say this. The last death mask is really close to that, and if everything goes well, I won't ever have to go into the inventory again, and everything should just, you know, come together nicely. I'm pretty happy with how things are going. I really am, but... yeah. Let's just make our way to that area. I do want to stop off at the item box, though, and dump everything out so we can go ahead and collect everything without having to go to the item box and then, you know, make our way back and then go to the item box. So I can just do everything nicely in one trip, seeing as there isn't any enemies, so we can dump off the heal and the stuff we have in our inventory right now, like the first aid spray and the pistol and ammo, the handgun and ammo, rather. I will probably keep the armor key on me, though, just for... I don't know. I just feel like I don't really care to put that one back. I'll keep it on me for now. It doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, I do want to dump off everything else so that we can just quickly do all this looting in one nice trip. Now, after that, I guess I still can head through that door, though. It's just that the knob is falling off. But we haven't head through there. We haven't gone through that door once, so the knob is still broken but still usable, because I've been using my uses on that broken doorknob smartly. I haven't been spamming through it or doing everything illogically and just making my way going through the door over and over and over. I've been doing everything planned, and I'm making sure that this is all going the way that I want it to, because I wanted to make sure that we would have uses for that door later on when we need it, like now, for example. Yeah, let's just put this back, and the first aid spray will even put back too. And now we have nothing on us but an armor key, but it's fine, because like I said, there's no enemies, no threats, nothing that will sneak up on us and, you know, make us, you know, vulnerable to it. We should be good, and we should be fine. Now, we can finally head through here and loot this area up, because this is pretty cool, and there will be an interaction with Barry as well, which I can assure you, which I'm excited to show off. It's always fun to show off, you know, moments when we get to hang out with Barry. You know, Barry's pretty cool, but let's pick up this red herb really quickly, and that should be all that's in the room. I keep forgetting to do that. I need to just check every time I enter a room to see if it's clear, and it is. Well, you want to head through this door first, and go through here. And I believe there's actually a really creepy camera angle when you first enter this room. Yeah, you can't tell me that camera angle doesn't look like something's looking at you from under the bed. That camera angle is creepy, but yeah, let's go ahead and take the first aid box. No, I don't know what's here. Is there anything on this table? Nope. There's the ink ribbons, not much more than that. There's this as well, a green herb, which I'll go ahead and just combine with the red herb. I'm also going to open up the case because I do want to see what's in here. A first aid spray, not too shabby, but that should be all that's in here, and it is. And then we can now make our way to the opposite side and see what's going in there as well. So yeah, this is all going pretty smoothly, if I do say so. If you were Chris, you would need a small key, or an old key rather, but luckily for Jill, we're equipped and we have the lockpick, and we can just easily make your way through here without needing to worry about any old keys and such. Now, for some reason, I've been getting completely screwed over by this game and not getting any of the Barry cutscenes. What the hell? Whatever. Researcher, I guess we'll read it ourselves because Barry decided to leave on us. Frickin' guy. Researcher's will. A letter is slipped inside. The top part of the letter is torn off. The rest of the letter is legible. Alma, I have tried to survive only to see you again, but my efforts only delay the inevitable. I am infected and there is no cure for what will follow, except to end my life before I become the only thing that separates me from them. Before I lose the only thing that separates me from them. My love for you. In an hour, I'll have entered my eternal sleep where there is peace. Please understand. Please know that I'm sorry. Martin Crackhorn. You know, that was a pretty interesting love letter of sorts, and actually pretty saddening, but the only thing really saddening here is that I don't get to see Barry, because I keep doing everything in the wrong order. I fucked it up in the original and in the remake. I do not know what I'm doing. I suck at this game, I won't even lie, but yeah, whatever. It's not the end of the world, but seriously, Barry, what the hell, man? This freaking guy. He's, like, determined to, like, mess me up. The lure of a bee, a collection of insect specimens. No, I'm not gonna press it because I'm not dumb like that. Okay, let me use the brown one here. A collection of insect specimens. This one. No, I'm not doing that. Let's just combine. No, this with this, and then use that. And now we should be good. I just want to make sure that I have everything collected, and I think we do. Let's just open this up. No, I don't want to take it. Keep it on the wall. A collection of insects. No, there's a switch underneath. Press it. I will. Then it opens up, and we can grab the wind crest. Unfortunately for us, the bee becomes alive and starts trying to attack us, and it's scary and it's annoying, and I kind of want to get out of here. So let me just, instead of messing around like whatever Jill's doing, you know, waving it off, let's just grab that and make your way out of here before it stings us, because if they do, it hurts, I believe. Not, probably won't do too much damage. You probably have to sting you like 10 times before you actually become caution or even anything remotely low like that, but I still don't want to get stung because, well, it probably wouldn't feel too nice. But now that we've looted this area, we're going to make another little pit stop at the save room and grab all the death masks, because we will be grabbing the last one on the way, and everything is all coming up to a nice close here. I'm pretty happy with how everything is going. Let me just make my way down here, through this door as well, and let's enter the save room here and loot up the chest, put everything back, and just grab the stuff that we need, which isn't, I don't think we'll need too much for this upcoming fight, because it's not really that serious. I'll keep the first aid spray on me. I'll keep this. We're not going to take the handgun. We'll take 1 death mask, 2 death mask, 3 death mask, and the assault shotgun, and then we should be good. I will also examine all these death masks. The eyes one, this one is the nose one, and this one is all 3 of them, right? It's a death mask, so eyes, nose, or mouth. Yeah, so then the final one will be one with just out of mouth. Anyway, let's go ahead and equip our newfangled, new obtained, our new fancy toy, the good old assault shotgun here, and now make your way and brave the unknown with it equipped, because with the freaking assault shotgun equipped, man, I feel like we have the potential and the power to take on anything that comes our way, and I feel safe, you know? I feel like a professional. The door is about to fall apart, but we can still go through anyway, because, like I said, I used and I managed my resources, and I, you know, was able to, you know, discipline myself and not go through the door when I wanted to, and just save them for this point in the game where we need it more badly. But yeah, the armor key is now useless. We have used it on all the doors, which is pretty impressive, because a lot, like many doors are needed with the armor key. The armor key is a very used key throughout this game. But here we're kind of in a puzzle room. Now, I don't believe this puzzle is too difficult. I want to say I don't think it's too bad here. Lisa protected by the 3 spirits. I'm not going to press the button if that's what it tells me to do. No, heck no. Alright, so this is the bracelet. We want to somehow make the bracelet orange. I'm assuming that's what it wants, right? So let's just press it once and head to that. Let's just, you know, play around with it until it works. It shouldn't be too difficult. I probably already flubbed it up, though, because I suck at this game, and I probably did something. That is not orange, so I clearly shouldn't have pressed it. Let's press it again from the side and see if that somehow redeems our mistake. Yes, orange. Not bad, man. Now let's press it here. Purple. Nice. Now this needs to be green, right? It's green, orange. That's not the color I want it to be, but that is not green whatsoever. That is like gray or something. I don't even know what the heck. I'm brown even. Okay, let me press it. Yes! There we go. You know, I don't know how you're really supposed to solve this, but kind of by fiddling around with it here, I was able to somehow solve it, and that's the solution. So I guess if you just want to copy my exact moves, even though I'm sure I messed it up a couple times, you can solve it with ease, but yeah, there we go. So we just want to quickly press the button after we have solved it, and there we go. The final death mask. Now, lucky for us, there is this door here. But before we do so, I just want to examine this. So, the death mask without a mouth. But lucky for us, there's this door here, and because Jill has the lockpick, we can go ahead and use the lockpick and then easily make our way through it. Simple as that. So, yay. Good congratulations. One of the benefits is playing as Jill. I'm pretty pleased about that. And now we can make our way through here and put in all these death masks into the spots where we need to put them in, and then that should be good, man. I don't think this was that hard. This was actually pretty stinking simple, if I do say so. This is the one without the eyes, which is this one. Now, this next one here... Oh, yeah, I forgot. That shows you little cutscenes of the thing shaking. Now, this next one is the one that has nothing. Oh, sorry. The one that has nothing is this one. Now you're going to see the coffin shake once more. Blood spot is all over the screen, and it's pretty disturbing, if I do say so. Now we're going to go ahead and put in the next one, which is the one without a nose. So let's go ahead and put that one on right. What? How is that not the right one? Or am I not looking at it from the right angle? It must be the angle. Okay, there. It was glitchy, but yeah, shakes one more time, and then we go ahead and put in the final death mask. So the masks without a mouth. And the coffin drops, so we can now go ahead and take a look to see what's inside. So, let's see what we go ahead and find. Oh my god, it's a crimson head, but let's be honest, this one looks a lot more stronger than the other ones we've seen so far. But now we do have some ammo in it. It should be enough to take him out. I'm pretty happy with the ammo we do have. Let's just dodge his attacks and then take him out with ease. That was really not that hard. A lot easier than I was actually expecting it to be, but now we can quickly reload the shotgun exactly enough to make it a full mag, so not bad. Let's go ahead and press the switch which unlocks way out of here, and there's also something else in here, which is the stone and metal object, which gives us access to the next area within the game. So that is pretty cool, man. In the next episode, we can make our way to the next area, and that will be all cool and dandy, but I'll be doing that in the next one. For the rest of this episode, what we're going to be doing instead is just making our way to the save room, the first floor storeroom, and then I guess we can end things off there. So what would be the most efficient way to there would just probably be back through the way that we came, the little shortcut that we took here, actually. Or who knows, maybe going through the second floor entrance like I was originally going to do would have been quicker, but I don't think so. I think this way's faster, and you get to see some more cool areas we haven't explored quite as much, you know. I mean, we've explored these areas, I mean, but we, you know, haven't showed them off as much as those other areas, so we get to see some less, you know, areas that are given a lot less attention. So, you know, let's head through this way and check out some of these cooler rooms. But yeah, oh wait, for some reason I thought I heard some knocking coming from... Nah, it's just my mind playing tricks on me, making me hear things. Luckily, I'm not scared at all because I have my curtains open so I can see the sunny day, and it's also, you know, the middle of the day. I'm recording this, if you guys would, you know, must know, at exactly 1:51 a.m. or p.m. rather, actually. You know, I can't tell time clearly. At exactly 1:51 p.m. So, not too bad. You know, it's pretty bright out and it's not really late, so I couldn't be scared at all. Anywho, luckily for us, we've made it back in one piece, and we have the wind crest, and I will keep the wind crest in the inventory because I don't want to forget about it. So, in the next episode, we'll be making our way to the next area from the game and checking off some stuff that's exclusive to the remake in the next one. We'll be seeing a really cool boss fight that's, you know, not in the original and exclusive to the remake only. Pretty excited to show that off, if I do say so. So, I hope you'll join me all. I hope you will all join me then. I'm like stuttering so much. So hopefully in the next episode I can speak better, because this episode has been pretty bad when it comes to my commentary. I do apologize for that. So hopefully you'll join me in the next one. Bye.